Okay, so before I get into this video, like I stated in every video, I really don't care who gets the role of the Red Rangers as long as the show and the writing and the fight scenes are good enough for me. That's all I care about. So at the end of the day, I just want for what's best for the franchise. So Legacy of Nerd just posted a video, so we're gonna go ahead and chime in, and I'm gonna give my point of view on this. So let's get to it.
Welcome to the Legacy of Nerd. My name is Daniel, and if you guys remember, about a week and a half ago, we broke the news here first that Payton Elizabeth Lee was being eyed for a role in the Disney Plus Power Rangers reboot. Disney Insider came out a day later, and they actually verified through their own sources that that was accurate as well. So they picked up on our news and they verified it. Well, I have now heard through several sources that Payton Elizabeth Lee is actually in final talks to star in the Disney Plus Power Rangers reboot. That I even have one source that is saying that she's already landed the role. Now, what role is that? That role I am hearing is the Red Ranger. That is what all my sources are saying. It's actually been pretty consistent in that she is going to be the Red Ranger in the Disney Plus Power Rangers reboot. Now, I'm still hearing she's in final talks, and I did hear from one source that she's already landed the role, but you know, things could change. But I'm pretty confident that she's going to be in the Disney Plus Power Rangers reboot, unless something big happens, like she's cast in a Christopher Nolan movie or like just a career-changing role. I feel pretty confident that she is going to be.
To be honest with you, as much as I want to see her as the Red Ranger, I do want to see her be successful as that character. At least it's not a reboot of MMPR, so that's a good thing. So, but I don't really see her as Red. I see her more as a Pink Ranger or a Yellow Ranger type because of her voice and the way she speaks. But her as Red, I'm not sure how I feel about it. That's just my opinion.
Power Rangers reboot, and I know the fans are gonna feel a certain way about her being Red. She's gonna be like the fourth Red Ranger. We just had one when Cosmic Fury with Amelia, and we've had Lauren and Charlie before that. And you know, I think she's gonna be like, if the Red Ranger is indeed the leader of the team, she would be like the fifth female lead, because we've had Alien Ranger, Jen Scott, and then Amelia, and then Lauren technically led her team. Yeah, it's six. She should be six because Charlie was the A squad as well. So yeah, it looks like she is going to be our Red Ranger. What I've been
And again, like I said, things could change. We really don't know how things are going to end up being. So only time will tell if we're going to end up with a different cast. So you never know.
Has actually been going on for weeks now. Probably even predating like our first video where I started hearing things like where the age range of what the Power Rangers was going to be. You can go back to my prior video. So that was like maybe 4 weeks ago, maybe 3 or 4 weeks ago. So they've actually been screen testing for that role all along, and that they're going to continue screen testing and begin casting the other Rangers as well. Going back to my last video, we had talked, and if you guys remember in that list that was released, it said Mason Thames. It also said mention in parentheses, and we actually brought that up in our last video, and we said maybe they're looking for a Mason Thames type of actor. Well, Diz Insider came out a couple days after that first article they put out, and they confirmed that Mason Thames is not actually up for a role in Power Rangers, that the showrunners are actually looking for a Mason Thames type of actor, which is kind of what we predicted in the last video. I know he's busy with filming How to Train Your Dragon 2. I don't think he would be done in time because I think that's running through the summer. I don't think he'd be done in time to come back for casting for Power Rangers, so it all kind of makes sense. I don't think Mason Thames is going to be in the Power Rangers show. I just think they're looking for an actor kind of similar to him. The showrunners are from the Percy Jackson series. They casted a similar Mason Thames type of actor in Walker Scobell as Percy because they're comfortable working with that type of actor that they're able to write for, or something like that is what I'm thinking. But yes, that is where we're hearing Payton Elizabeth Lee. Now, some additional news about what is going on with the casting. I have heard from a couple of sources now that Joel Olette, I believe he's gonna be in the new Descendants movie that's coming out soon. He is in final talks as well, but I've not heard that across the board. I've heard that from a couple of sources. What I have heard is that he may Black Ranger or the Blue Ranger. They're more confident about him.
No. I don't see him as black or blue. He doesn't even dance or whatever. and he doesn't even look like the nerd type. So I still consider him as Red Ranger type because he's tall, he has a manly voice, and I can tell he's probably the oldest member of the team. But him as black and blue, no, I don't see it personally.
Or the Power Rangers reboot. So I know a lot of people saw him, they're like, wow, he looks like a Red Ranger. It looks like he's going to be blue, because I'm pretty confident that Payton Elizabeth Lee is going to be our Red. Now, some other names, I know we talked about Judd Goodstein and Nathaniel Bouchier.
Now, okay, so Judd Goodstein, I consider him as blue. He looks like a Blue Ranger type. But him as black.
Here soon for other Ranger roles. I don't think we have any other actors that have been cast. So I am hearing that Momota Tamada is still up for a role in Power Rangers reboot. I do not know what color. The rumor is yellow. I cannot verify that. I've only heard that a couple of places, but she is still up for a role. I know that could be confusing. I think, you know, maybe her and Payton are going to play sisters. I know it's kind of like similar looking actresses. No. It's not necessarily what we've had in Power.
We had that in Mystic Force, but I don't think we need other than the reboot. I'm sorry, but I'm trying my hardest not to be critical of this casting choices though, but I really want to see them as potential Ranger colors that I prefer them to be. Like Joe as red, Payton Elizabeth Lee as yellow, or Tamina as yellow, but Goodstein is blue, Olay as red. Because if they were smart enough, they would have probably stayed to the source material, make it just like Mighty Morphin, but don't do too much change. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, I don't care who gets the role of the Red Ranger. As long as they're good, that's all that matters.
Momota Tamada is still up for Power Rangers, but she could be like maybe yellow. I know in the big thing in the last video, it went viral other places as well, was that Priyanka Chopra was up for Rita Repulsa.
Oh yeah, I definitely believe her as Rita, for sure.
As far as the Rita Repulsa part, I've heard Rita Repulsa. I have heard Rita Repulsa as well. I do not know. I've heard that from one place. Okay, so, and I heard that before that list came out that had Priyanka Chopra on that. So do I think this is Mighty Morphin? I don't know if it does. It's obviously not Mighty Morphin.
No, it's not
a direct reboot, because we have Payton Elizabeth Lee as our Red, and she's not going to be Jason. I think we're going to have new characters, but is it a continuation? Could be. Is it the Children of? Could be. I don't know for sure. And I'm going to be honest, I do not know for sure. I have heard Rita Repulsa though, or it could be again where it's a Rita Repulsa type of villain. That could be what it meant as well, but I heard that Priyanka Chopra was up for Rita Repulsa. Now, I have heard that there is some alternative actresses, but I'm not confident in talking about those for the villain. They are looking for a female villain. I just can't. I don't know for sure, and I've only heard a couple of things, so I'm not confident talking about that right now. What I have heard are what the colors are going to be for the Rangers. And I know
it's basically confirmed. Yesterday,
but I have heard it's going to be black, pink, yellow, blue, red. So it's going to be the MMPR colors. I did hear that they were considering doing early on like maybe green instead of black as the main team. But they decided early on that it was going to be the MMPR colors. Again, I do not know if this is going to be Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, a continuation of that, or Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, but I don't think it's going to be.
Maybe.
I don't know yet exactly what it's going to be. So we did get some names. I guess they're placeholder names from Disney HQ yesterday. We got Charlie, River, Jordan, Frankie, and Bailey. I don't think those are any of the final names. From what I've heard, that Charlie is a very popular placeholder name with Disney, so I do not think those are going to be the final names of the Rangers. Lastly, I know there was a pitch made for Power Rangers. I know Jinsaku reported that. I am hearing that that pitch is accurate. Whether that's going to be used in the final show, I'm not sure. So I think it was bringing up like people are losing their memories, like there's reminiscence of an old Power Rangers team, but people forget about it, or like the villain made them forget about it, possibly some like time displacement. That is what I'm hearing was the pitch. I do not know if that's going to be in the final show, but I am hearing what Jinsaku heard, at least as the pitch is accurate. Now, I know a lot of people are gonna have opinions after this video and what their thoughts are, but like I said, Payton Elizabeth Lee is in final talks. She could be, something could change. Like I said, the only thing I think that could change if she had like a career changing role with like Christopher Nolan or, you know, Martin Scorsese, or just something that'd be huge to make her pull out. But I think she's gonna be in the final cast of Power Rangers. Joel Olet, I think he's probably,
Yeah, I still see him as red. I don't see him as black or blue. So I'm gonna leave this video here. Shout out to Legacy of Nerd for this good video. One of content creators, we're going live tomorrow, so I'm not gonna be able to watch the full stream because I know some of their ideas are a bit questionable. So you already know how my opinions are. So yeah, man, shout out to Legacy of Nerd. Links to the original video will be in the description.